back to Japan and to our ongoing format experiments, where today I'm going to be doing a reaction review to Starmine by Siren STARMINE. As always, this is the review video. If you want to check out the reaction that I've just done, pause this video, click on the little description link below, and it'll open up a separate video where you can watch the reaction, just in case you haven't heard the song before, or just in case you wanted to see how I reacted upon first hearing it a few minutes ago. And yes, you have all the backing sounds of a river. Now, I don't know if that's going to be relaxing or annoying, but like I say, right now is a format experiment ahead of me doing my around Japan trip. Right now, I'm just near to a river near to where I reside in Japan at the current moment. But enough of that, let's talk about Starmine. So like I say, if you haven't already, check the song out or check out the reaction in the link below, because I'm about to talk about the song. Are you ready? Okay, so this kind of falls into an area that I think I talk about often with, lost the lens cap for a second there, that I talk about often with Silent Siren, and that this is very much a Silent Siren song. They do have some songs that stand out as being really kind of different and odd, you know, I mean, even like little things like Cherry Bomb, and there are some ones which are clearly very different from the rest. But then they do also have a safe zone. Now, in a way, I both like and sometimes go against that. I mean, I like it because they are so good at what they're doing, and as I'm really going to jump into in a minute when I talk about this song, the thing that really comes across is in all their songs there's a real sense of quality, a real sense of musicianship, and a real sense of like loving detail to everything they do, however much it might be in their safe zone. But I do think they're also very good at executing strange changes and interesting variations in their music. So, you know, a lot of the time I like to hear when they push themselves and do something really different. Now, hearing this song, like I say, it's very much in the safe zone for what they do. It's a safe sort of pop rock song, but it does have, again, it has the quality and the detail. The musicianship, as always, is really on point. I did like, again, this is one of the songs where they use the electric organ. I love when Yukaran, #NoBars, uses that electric organ sound. It's just one that appeals to me personally. I just think it works really well with rock and roll music. You know, pop rock and roll music is really good. Gives a nice sort of thickness to the sound, whereas often the electric guitar gives a sort of sharp sound. They're both sort of big sounds, you know, they're both very full-on sounds. You know, they're not sounds that decay, they're sounds that are very sort of, you know, like a big block of constant sound. It's not like a piano where you press it and the sound fades out. Electric organ and a guitar, well, guitar does fade out, but usually you're strumming it. Both of those sounds are very thick, but the guitar often in a more sort of sharp way where there's a bite to it, and the electric organ often gives a softness underneath that's sort of nice and really thickens it up. So I think in rock and roll those two sounds go really well together. And that was one of the key things that really worked about this, is there was a nice balance of those sounds. As always, they got a really good knack for that, and that really came through in the bridge as well, which again, simple bridge, you know, not one that you'd write home about, just kind of rock and roll style solo, barely even a solo, more kind of like a riff, but it just kind of worked, you know, it had a nice balance. So, like I say, there is an issue with this song perhaps not being particularly spectacularly standout, and I think that again is probably hurt by the fact that we've heard so many Silent Siren songs now that it's being held against a very large plethora of other songs. And also the fact it's a single, you know, usually for the singles you go for the more straightforward, you know, sort of reliably catchy rock and roll songs. I mean, the fact that the most recent album, Mixed 10th, has not done as well, I think it's partly down to the fact that they didn't have as many of these sort of reliable, direct, catchy sort of rock and roll songs, or, you know, sort of typical singles. So no harm from going for that, and, you know, I think often you expect to hear more of the balance on the album. So again, I'm willing to give a lot of leeway, but I think ultimately this song is one which is very sort of good, but risks becoming forgettable because of the fact that it doesn't stand out enough from the rest of their portfolio of songs. Now, however, on the good side, like I say, we have to talk again about the fact it has their usual high quality of detail. It is actually kind of catchy. I wouldn't say it's the most catchy song ever, but it certainly is catchy enough to have you wanting to press play the minute it ends, you know, go around and press play again and start from the beginning again. So certainly it's doing its job. I just think it's like I say, it's just a job that we've heard them do so many times before that they've probably done it better in other cases. But I certainly, for one, I would say this is one where it's one of those songs that I often characterize as, I don't know whether it would stick in my mind enough for me to say I am definitely going to check out that song now, or I really want to listen to Starmine right now, but it's one of those ones where every time it comes around you go, yeah, this is a really good song, I'm happy that came on. If it just comes on a playlist, you'd be happy it came on a playlist. So it's a difficult range to be in. I think this is another reason why bands like Siren do need to take, like I say, it's a bit of a risk, but take the risk of going for those songs that go slightly against that. Certainly, again, Mixed Tenth had a lot of that. I thought Hero, it's simple. In a lot of ways, Hero's a sort of simple rock and roll song, but the fact they threw in a lot of punky elements, like the sort of, quad time beat and everything like that, and then I can never remember the full name, something Wow Wow. Again, fun, creative, playful. I was not a big fan of the song that they did with, the single they did with I Me, but it was a good, good of them to try and do something a little bit rock, a little bit Band-Aid sounding almost, going a little bit on the harder side. So, I have very mixed feelings, because I love this for being the core sound of a band that I already really enjoy. But I like this band also because of their level of quality, and that's why I always get more of a kick out of hearing them experiment, even if it fails, even if they do something that doesn't quite work. I never really heard them do anything objectively bad, but if they do something that doesn't quite work, I can hold it in higher esteem because I know they've tried, and yet, like I say, I can't hold it against them for doing the sound that makes me like them in the first place anyway. So it's a very mixed feeling. I guess the best way of looking at this is, how would it stand up for someone outside? And as I often say about these songs, if you're already a Silent Siren fan, then this song's going to appeal to you because it's them doing them. If you're not, though, I think it's not going to convert you. It's one of those songs, and I think that pretty much would have come across to anyone who heard it. I'm pretty sure you're all agreeing with that comment, at least right now. So, for me, like I say, I'm going to be happy when it comes around in my playlist. I'm looking forward to hearing it again, but I'm not going to go out my way to specifically select this song, I don't think. Looking forward to hearing what you guys think. No, I'm imagining that a lot of people are going to probably feel the same way as I did about this one, but what would be really interesting is anyone who, like a Silent Siren fan, who put this as like a top 5 song of yours. If not, explain why, just sort of like give your thoughts on this as well. I'm really interested in hearing what everyone has to say about this song, and also about the characteristics of bands who do a sound that they're very good at. Is it possible for a band to do one thing too much? Often you hear bands who you can see they're clearly trying to pull away from that because they feel that they maybe do the same sound too much. Like I say, I get the feeling Mixed Tenth gave me that feeling a lot about Silent Siren. Bandmate have certainly had that impression of recent, that they're good at what they're doing, but they don't want to just do the same thing all the time. So really looking forward to hearing what you guys think about this. As always, comments, likes, subscribes, all the YouTube-y stuff are much appreciated. We're a non-monetized channel, so anything that pushes up in the algorithm, and most importantly, starts a good conversation, greatly appreciated. So get in there, tell us your thoughts, positive, negative, either way. Remember, we've got all our other social medias linked in the description below if you want to have more conversation with more people who are also fans of Japanese music. The Discord, Reddit, great places, as well as Facebook, Twitter, all those kinds of things. Massive thank you to anyone who supports our Patreon. You are the lifeblood of this channel. I can't say it enough, it is totally true. I hope that in the near future we'll be able to do more to reward our Patreons, but a massive thank you to you guys. And of course, thank you to you for making it through to the end of the video. So until I see you hopefully soon in Japan for another one of these, hopefully successful format experiments, for now, ciao ciao.